So I said I was going to share with you on the eclipse or post-eclipse energy-wise what was going on, but I have been so face down in the flowers, it's been ridiculous. And I just want to say that I actually haven't returned or gotten up from being face down in the flowers. I'm in the thick of it as we speak, hot off the press, going to share with you how I feel, which is absolutely effing awful. So yes, Eclipse. I think this is the biggest, I say this every single time, but it's just ridiculous because it's true. It's the biggest shift in integration I have ever gone through. Now, sharing with a lot of my friends who obviously kind of like do this work as well, they were talking about that it all kicked in from the big supermoon, which was on the 31st of January. And then obviously the first 2 weeks, the 1st of February, it heightened to a new level. And then we kind of like went through a few days and then we hit the eclipse, blah, blah, blah. Well, I can't really differentiate or add to that because from kind of like the 20-something of January, I was actually in Egypt. So I was receiving lots of activations in a very powerful space and kind of going through my own craziness. So my craziness is blended into one of this craziness. So I can't actually compartmentalize what's been happening as it's gone on, but I will say, holy shit, it's hard, it's tough. So I want to talk about physical, what's been going on physically. I felt it in my body like super physical. So puffed out, feeling like a blowfish, almost like created a new waddle walk, because it's like, how can you go to bed one night and wake up the next day and kind of feel like you've gained 15 kgs? So that's number one, okay? Number two is my diet. You know, my fitness regime or my movement regime, just gone completely tits up, can't engage with anything. I'm literally in a washing machine and I'm trying to ground and get some sense of rhythm and routine. Can't be done, not happening, don't even try. So talking about this weightiness that we feel, to remind you, the way it works is when we get these energies that come in so powerfully and so quickly and so strong, they come in from above around. You know, we call them light codes. Light codes is information. So that information, that energy comes into your, from above into your energy field, slows down a little bit, and then when it gets to the physical body, man, it like almost like goes, screeches to nearly a halt, but takes a lot slower for that energy to now integrate into something that's physical. Hence we go boof, like a blowfish, and all of that swollenness and heaviness, and also eating and interrupted sleep and blah, 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 is our way of physically integrating all of this new energy and all of these new codes into ourselves. So that's like, can be quite a long, sludgy process, which is where I think I am right now, because I'm not coming out of this. And I keep waking up every day, opening on one eyeball and going, nope, still feel the same, still feel useless, horrible. I can seem to get to like lunchtime and then I hit the deck. So I'm kind of having to go with that. So the integration phase for me, not so great, really tough, because I'm finding that it's very difficult, not just for me, but for all of us, to kind of like push on through this energy. It's a little bit like pushing through sludge with ankle weights on and a tractor tire behind you, maybe pulling a bus. So not feeling very fluid right now, but we all know that this too shall pass. So we know that we're going to get through this. We know that we've got to keep on trudging. However, this day-to-day thing that we feel makes us freak out. And what happens emotionally is we go, let it end. When is it going to end? Freaking out, let it stop. That's resistance. So what we have to do is kind of like align with it and go, okay, so this is it. This is how I'm feeling today. It's not going to change. Don't know when it's going to change. Not even worried about that. Let me just be like this and align with it and go, oh well. So if you're going to go and eat 10 donuts, eat 10 donuts, whatever. Just align with the experience and just love the physical body, because I know it sounds really corny and old like style, oh, love thyself and love into alignment and all this kind of stuff. But it's true, because it's any experience we have that we go, oh, don't like that. It's a rejection. So it keeps that aspect of yourself out there. Now, the whole process of us coming into what they call totality, fullness, one, it all means that these little jigsaw piece puzzles which have been thrown out because we don't like them and we don't want them, we've kept them out there, we actually need to bring in, and we actually need to say, okay, come, I've made many posts about this, bring it in, bring it in. So that's while we go through this process and while we feel these things, while we go through these energy shifts, it's really important to give your body love. Because I mean, imagine what this is doing. It's working so hard to bring in all of this stuff, and your organs and your DNA and your bloodstream and your circulatory system is going nuts. There's an awful lot going on here, and we're now adding on top of that going, body, you're so useless. Oh, I'm so fat, I'm so horrible. Now, I'm not saying I've nailed this loving thing. I just know that I've observed it, and I know exactly what I should be doing, but cut me some slack, I'm a human being. I know that I've been not doing that as much, but I'm working on it, okay? So everything is a process. So there's that. One thing, a message that did come through to me quite strongly is when I kind of like asked, so what do we need to know about this post-eclipse stuff? Like, you know, where do we start? Because the whole thing about the eclipse is any projects or anything like that that you start up are going to skyrocket, like boom, they're going to just fly. It's like manifestation energy more than we've ever known it. So like get busy with those projects. But for myself personally, I've been so face down in the flowers that I haven't really been able to invest the energy because there's been none spare or left over to be able to engage in these new projects. So we're all having slightly different experiences with it. If you're one of those people that are flying with it, that's awesome, 10-5. If you're somebody like me who's integrating hardcore and can't get out of bed or whatever, eating 10 donuts, it's not running down your lip, tears, and having a tantrum and handling it that way, still 10-5. But that's kind of what's going on at the moment. You know, this energy, if you do choose to engage with it like that, is pretty bloody awesome. But it's also bringing up all your dark side stuff. So it's also powerful in that department as well. So, yeah, so the message that I got is about anchoring in the new. So as an overview, step back from all of this information and stuff about the eclipse. What is the bigger picture of it all? So if you have, so basically last year and prior, all right, so that side of the fence, we were creating ideas, running with the ideas we were having and trying to bring them into manifestation. Now, the thing is, I got told, anchor. You need to anchor what you have, re-anchor it on this side of the fence, because since the eclipse, we've shifted a huge amount, and we've been opened up to a lot more powerful, higher energies that can actually give our lives and our projects and everything in it a lot more oomph. So if you've created an idea on that side of that vibration, meaning pre-eclipse, okay, you'll do well to kind of like, you know, bring that idea onto this side of the fence, re-engage with it, almost give it a good cleaning, and kind of bring in the energy on this side of the fence, which is going to power charge it even more because there's a lot more available to you now. So it's almost like really important to let go of the old ideas and the old way of doing things. And it's not to let go of all projects and ideas and things that you thought were going to happen. Look, some things you might completely have to just trash it, but then there's some things that you're like, no, hey, I really want to do that. That's fine. Take it, bring it onto this side, clear the canvas, look at it, re-energize it, and create it on this side of the fence because the energy is a lot better and a lot more powerful. So when they say anchor, first of all, it means in your heart, anchoring into your heart, breath work, breathing in and out the heart, coming into that heart space, which will then in turn run that energy down into the roots of the ground. And I mean, I know it sounds, again, very corny. People start to go to sleep when you say grounding, being in the heart space, but it's not. It's very, very, very practical work. It's like brushing your teeth, brush your hair, put your knickers on, or not, whatever kind of person you are, not judging, but, you know, it's like, that's got to be on your checklist. Ground in the heart center, because if you don't, you're going to be like a spinning top and you can't do any of this that I'm talking about. So it is very much about anchoring. That's your first point of call. Anchor into the heart, get into the earth, make sure your energies are down here. If you've got lots of intensity going on, visualize bringing that energy and that intensity down through you and give it to the ground, okay? So imagine you're like a pipe. If things get blocked up in the pipe, there's going to be a backlog, okay? And it's just going to be toxins building up. Your energy is no different. So make sure during this process, you're running your energy. That's what we mean by running your energy. Bringing it down, bringing it through you into the earth, and keep running that. When that happens and you can breathe up, breathe down, clear that passageway. It's a very practical thing. You'll feel a lot better. So yeah, so I think that the biggest message here is to anchor in your now moment. So what is going on for you right now? And if it's shit, like it is a little bit for me, it's not all sunshine and rainbows for me. Unicorns I haven't seen for a good bloody 3 weeks, let me tell you. Um, so if it's a bit shit, it's okay. Be with that. I'm embracing it. I'm like, okay, well, if I get tired by lunchtime, I've got to come home and rest. I might not be able to see the horizon right now, but I'm going to be okay with that. So I'm anchoring in that, okay? If it's really good for you and it's amazing, anchor in every single moment with what's going on around you. Be very conscious and aware of where your energy is and where your focus is. So that's about anchoring. So all of these things need to be done. So there are quite a lot of messages that are coming through to me post-eclipse on how we live in the new vibration, how we live in the new way with new tools. And I'm going to share them with you as this comes up, because I feel like I'm in the thick of it, and but it's no biggie, because as I'm going through it, I'm learning more and more and more, which I'm going to, of course, share with you. So I hope this helps post-eclipse. I will post again when I have more stuff come through, and yeah, keep on trucking, because wherever you are is a good place. Don't get your head involved. Make sure that you feel it in your heart. View everything through here. This isn't just your heart chakra, your heart space. It's your heart brain. We think through here, not here. Anyway, thank you for listening again, and speak to you soon.